Hi there, welcome to the BSSS e-content video platform. My name is Piyush Pradhan and I'm from the Department of English. Today we are going to learn preposition. In this video, we are going to have multiple preposition usages. Let us just begin with the definition of a preposition. What is a preposition? Well, when a subject wants to frame a given sentence or he has to define a situation, he has to choose some prepositioned word. Thereby, preposition is also called as prepositioned word. That means, in normal context, we can take it as a word which is considered or taken in advance. Such kind of preposition is taken because the sentence talks about the completeness of some situation. So if you properly attest a preposition or attach it conveniently, it's going to help you complete with a meaningful statement. The positioning of preposition is extremely important, and that's how it is achieved to understand a sentence. Let's begin with some instances we have. Just before your screen, you have two statements. I'm going to clarify two things with these two statements. Firstly, we are not only going to understand the use of preposition in these statements, but at the same time, we are going to talk about why such statement can be right or wrong. Let's begin with the first instance. The statement says, "What is the time by your watch?" Second, "What is the time in your watch?" Can we guess which statement is the correct statement? Well, of course, it should not be in, but it should be by. So, we have understood that these statements with the use of preposition by and in make a world of difference. So we have to be extra careful. I want to now, through this slide, going to explain you some prepositional examples. Please look at these highlighted areas which will clarify the use of prepositions. Let's begin with the first one. He was stabbed by a knife and not with a normal pencil. Well, what are the two highlighted prepositions in this statement? By and with. Now we'll push along to the second statement. There is honor among thieves as well, not just only between two normal-looking friends in the world. Now in this lengthy statement, I have highlighted only one single preposition, which is in. The third one. I want each one of you to please concentrate on this third statement, because this statement consists of three different highlighted prepositions. Let us just begin with the preposition besides. Besides being fined, the murderer was sentenced to life imprisonment for 90 years. Most of the time, there is a confusion among students when they appear for some examinations that they fail to make a judgment between beside and besides. Well, we have to be extra careful when we are going to take or consider this word in a form of a preposition. Thereby, for a prepositional usage, it is compulsory to attach s in the word beside. That is why I have taken the preposition besides being fined. I hope you have understood this third statement carefully. Now let's begin with the fourth statement. She came and sat secretly beside her husband without informing him of her presence. Did you see the difference now? In the previous statement, we have attached the alphabet S in the end, but over here it is drawing out a very different meaning. So by just attaching a single different alphabet, it makes a world of difference to us. Now the next statement. Open your book at page 11 and quickly do away with the math sum you take so serious. Next, the snake crawled into the earth's hole after it relaxed its body into the rainwater of the surface. Next, please take a good care about your health at all time, no matter how difficult and hard is life. Let us just proceed to another statement. He is blind of one eye, but still has accuracy to fire a bullet at the perfect target. Well, it is quite convenient that you can attach the preposition of with the two-word phrase one eye. So either you can attach about or of, it's not going to make any difference. Now the three remaining statements. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. The second last statement. The train is on time. Don't be late for the station. You can either say on time or in time. In the further slides, I'm going to teach you the use of time words separately. Now the last statement of this slide. Divide the apple among two persons. It is too small to be divided into 40, for it cannot be divided in 40 parts. In this part of the slide, we are going to talk about the sentences, where the sentences will be carrying prepositions in it, but with corrections. It is extremely important to always speak a sentence with correct use of preposition. Now look at the first one. I'm suffering from fever from Monday last. As you can see that I have put a cross mark. What I'm trying to imply here is that if you are trying to correct this statement with the use of since, then please be very careful. The careful part to consider is where you're not supposed to attach the word last with since. If you're taking for or from, you can take last, but you can't take it with since. Therefore, the first statement was incorrect. How have we made it correct? Well, look at that second one. I'm suffering with fever since Monday. I have crossed it with that colored part because, as I told you a couple of seconds ago, we can't attach last with since. That will be absolutely wrong. Let's push along to the another two statements. He walked in the hall. Again, what is wrong in it? Well, most of us have got the confusion about in and into. So the correct form in this statement should be the use of preposition into, because sometimes in and into can slightly make a difference in understanding the meaningful statement. Therefore, the correctness of the statements is he walked into the hall. Next, these three soldiers quarreled between themselves. Can you figure out the mistake in this statement? Yes, we can, and very clearly. Please concentrate on the preposition between. The preposition between can only be taken if there are only two individuals involved. If it is more than two people, like in this case, we have three soldiers. So it cannot be between, but it should be the preposition among. So the correct statement is, these three soldiers quarreled among themselves. I hope I'm trying to clarify the things very easily for you. Now we'll be concentrating on the use of preposition in this statement, which we have tried to attach it in the beginning of the statement. Now concentrate on the preposition at. The wrong statement is, at about what time will you come? Can you guess where we can attach this preposition at? Well, either it can be attached in the middle or in the very end of the statement. And in this case, I have attached this preposition all the way to the end of the statement. Therefore, the correct statement is, what time will you come at? This is worldwide accepted spoken statement, and that's how the native speakers use it when compared with the non-native speakers like us. Now we'll push along to the other two statements. one with an error and other with the correction. We met her on the station. Again, the concentration should be on the preposition on. What should be the correct statement? We met her at the station. On is going to make a major blunder because it implies that someone is in fact sitting at the top of the station building or something, or at the roof. So that is why we have to be extra careful with the choice we make with the use of preposition. I hope you are getting the things clarified. Now the rest of the 4 statements we have full of errors and their corrections. Just as this statement before us, she worked and sang from morning till evening. This was the correct version. Could we have taken the preposition of in place of till? No, we could not have. Because the errored statement right now is, she worked and sang from morning of evening. Now this is absolutely wrong. And I also want to make you clarify that you have to pay attention. As soon as our brain tends to listen to the wrong construction of any statement, our brain automatically tells us that we are going wrong somewhere. So in most of the simple statements, we find that it is our brain that is consciously able to take the proper use of the preposition and then how we attach it so that it gives us a proper meaning. Now the last statements. The letter was written from me in a ball pen. Again, the preposition from. The moment you're going to start speaking this statement 3 to 4 times, every time you speak this statement, your brain will click it wrongly. So how can we change it in a proper statement? Well, here it is. The letter was written for me with a ball pen. That means a second subject or an individual was involved. So the use of from has now changed to for. I'm happy to now speak about certain phrases. That is called as prepositional phrases. In most of the academic writing skills, we find that there are people who are so much confused about how to actually have attestation of a preposition to understand a phrase so that a proper statement can be completed. Well, these are some of the ways and the areas where you can see I have highlighted the section for you to understand the prepositional phrase use in a statement. Well, let us just begin. How do we use a prepositional phrase? Well, it usually commences with proper use of preposition word and gets end with the use of noun. Let's understand it with the help of few examples. The first statement is, Julia hides herself underneath the table blanket as she hears up a huge thumping of clouds above. So, with the preposition underneath, I have taken the phrasal 2 words of English, the table. Either you can say beneath or you can say underneath. But when you attach it with 2 or more words, it becomes or take a form or take a shape of prepositional phrase. Let's push along to the use of the second type. Katy Perry was looking down the street, whistling and singing. Concentrate on the highlighted part, down the street. The third statement. My daddy has fixed up a safety gate of our house at the top of the stairs for us. Over here, you can see that there was a lengthy highlighted version which I'm trying to show you or justify. Over here, I have used house at the top of the stairs. Now actually it includes 2 different objects, and with these 2 objects I've even tried to clarify the meaningful sense, how we have chosen this lengthy use of the phrase to exactly fix the preposition in between so that we can have the completeness of the statement. I hope my audiences have truly liked this and will certainly try with some of the examples like these in the near future. Now let's begin with the last two statements. During the Cambridge test, the class was pin drop silent and tensed. As you can see that I have used comma and I have immediately begun with the preposition during. So most of the time it is found that the use of the preposition during is wrongly taken, especially by the students and the teachers who go for some academic examinations and writing skills. So I would say that out of 10, 7 times this preposition during should be attached in the beginning of the statement if it has to go in this particular way. Now the last statement. A kangaroo offspring held onto the stomach pocket of a mother while the mother hopped for many kilometers non-stop. Again, this was a lengthy, complex structure of the statement, but that's how we understand how multiple prepositions can be taken with a lengthy phrasal use of the statement. Thereby, the highlighted section onto the stomach pocket and hopped for many kilometers is what justified this situation right now. I would now like to bring for my audience the use of time prepositions. As you can remember, in the earlier slides, there was one statement which consisted of some single or double use of time prepositions or time words. Right now, I'm going to teach you with the help of a list of time prepositional words. Well, so far, time words or time prepositions are 4, which I have chosen for this slide. These are in, at, on, and by. Look at the first sample example. This is a simple sample example before you. Let us just read out that sample example. The girl reaches Newmarket with her mother. It's a simple statement. Let us just see how, according to this complete list, we are going to individually or with 2 use of prepositions going to complete our picture. Well, I'm not going to change the situation with every preposition. I'm going to carry with the same situation I have used for the sample example. That's the beauty of this slide. Let's begin with it. The first simple sample example. The girl reaches Newmarket in or on time. Either of the preposition can be placed. It will not do any harm to the statement. The second statement. The girl shall reach by 6:30 with her mother. What is a preposition in this statement? Well, the use of by. Third, the girl shall reach Newmarket by 6:30 at the cloth shop with her mother. This was the lengthy version, and you can see that there are multiple use of preposition in this particular statement. Now, the fourth one. The girl will reach at sharp 6:30 with mother. Over here, I have used the time preposition at. And now the last statement. The girl will sit in a taxi at 5:30 p.m., but her mother will be on a scooterette and she's expected to reach by 6:15. Look at the completeness of this statement, but at the same time, for academic purpose, I have even tried to convert the simple sample into a complex sample. This includes more than 3 or 4 use of prepositions. So I want to explain that to my audience that no matter how many prepositions you take, you have to understand that any preposition taken in advance should make a sense. If you place a wrong preposition at its wrong place, I believe it's going to jeopardize the entire statement. So please be extra careful and always learn the list of the prepositions before you begin with any simple, with any compound, or even the complex use of the statement. This part of the slide is going to talk about the pictures or the drawing-based prepositional exercises. Down below in this page, you can see two different pictures. What can you depict? Well, in the starting picture, you can see a janitor. He is with his gears and planning to clean a particular surface or tiles or a room, whatever you can take it as. And in the second picture, we have got a drawing that displaying the mechanical plier. This is used by mechanics at the workshops. Now, let us just begin how we can depict a picture and then try framing the statements accordingly, which is based on a vast list of preposition choices we have. So there is no harm done if you already have in advance a vast list of preposition for picture depiction. Picture depiction exercise makes it very easy for your brain to accumulate things of your surroundings. That is why I've come up with this picture-based prepositional exercises. Let us just begin with the first statement. The workman's whitewashing gear is hanging by his shoulder and in arms as well. Can you figure out or trace out how many prepositions I have used in this statement? That, of course, I think you must have. I have chosen two prepositions, by and in. And always remember, whenever you go for a picture or drawing-based prepositional statement, each statement that you want to meaningfully imply must attach or relate with the picture. Do not divert from what you are trying to say, because there are so many times it is found that at the time of meaningful examinations, people tend to just derail from the actual sense what the picture trying to depict. So that should not be done. You have to be extra careful in that criteria. Let us just now work on the second statement. The workman is not with anyone, but is with himself for complete whitewash of the bungalow. Now we'll push along to the third statement. The workman is of the finest agency, known for its jet spray sprinkle whitewashing that merely takes 15 minutes to do the needful. To do the needful means to do the work as it is required and to be done. The last statement. Besides being an expert in jet spray technology, the workman can also apply cute wallpapers if required for customers. So, when a subject chooses a particular picture, you have to understand that your statement should match with the picture. Just as I've said that this picture might be a picture of a janitor or of a whitewasher or of a painter, it doesn't make any difference. But the only thing that makes a true difference is that the statement is actually matching with the proper picture. I'm going to now further begin with some other pictures with you in the another slide. Now we have reached to the concluding section of our preposition, where we are going to end our session by the use of mingled prepositions. What is mingled prepositions? Mingled means something which is mixed. Either you can take two objects or more than two objects. So that's how we are going to mingle the things up in order to draw out a meaningful sense. Let us just concentrate on the list of the mingled prepositions above. These are along with, due to, instead of, in place of, because of, in spite of, except for, on account of, in addition to, out of, in case of, up to, in front of, and with the exception of. You can see that in certain cases I have used 2 prepositions, and some other cases I have used more than 2. Let's begin with the sample sentence structures. Look at the first one, with, along with. The differently able walked along with other protesters on the streets of England against the wrong governmental policies meant to trouble innocent taxpayers. So over there, please concentrate on the mingled preposition along with. Let's push along to the second sample statement. Due to. The issue of the border cannot be resolved so easily due to enormous international pressure. The third structure, instead of. A rich girl decided to wear a wear-wing shoe that consists of automatic rollers underneath shoe console instead of a regular shoe to travel for a longer distance from home. Next statement, in place of. In place of the actual accused of the accident, a proxy was sent and made to face judge of the court and for further court hearings. Now the last statement of this slide, because of. The wheat crop got ruined substantially because of unexpected showers at the village region. Thank you so much, and we will meet again with some other crucial grammar videos. I hope you have enjoyed this version of the prepositional video with me, and God bless.